Hi, brother teacher here. Here we go again with a perspective on another very good martial arts performer, and that is none other than our illustrious, beautiful Lady Dragon that we all know, most of us old timers know as Cynthia Rothrock. Now, the question was that uh, posed to me, I should say, is what do I think about Cynthia Rothrock as a martial artist or even fighter for that matter? So, who is Cynthia Rothrock? She is an American actress and martial arts movie uh, actress. So, before she got into acting and even modeling, she did some of that as well on some level. She was a very highly proclaimed competitor in sport martial arts. Yes, Cynthia, she was a very high profile female martial arts forms competitor, wushu type of that sort. And she won a lot of championships. And to be perfectly honest, this is how she got into the motion pictures. So she probably has a few dozen movies to her credit. China O'Brien was one of them. She also appeared in some films with Sammo Hung and so forth, and very prominent in the martial arts films, the low budget martial arts films, that is, uh, with her talents. One of the things to her credit was her awesome flexibility and ability to control her legs with kicking. And that's one of her claim to fames. So she had that charisma, that stage presence, that drew people in, and especially men as she progressed in her career, because she ended up doing some sort of risque picture shoots, with breast partially exposed and things of this sort. Very beautiful woman, very talented actress as it relates to martial arts in the films or the type of films that she had done during those years. She's about 62 years old today, still looks as beautiful as she ever has. But I will say this, getting to the crux of the matter, is she a martial arts phenom? Uh, I've seen many, many competitors in the martial arts arena, sports karate, as it were, or martial arts, who were very flexible, and more specifically, even women, who could just do all types of things with their legs, super flexibility, and they can manipulate their legs in such a way, that made you have that awe about them. Cynthia was one of those individuals. So I think this was one of the drawing cards for her, or one of the hooks that pulled you in, that personality of hers. And she was not a martial arts competitor in fighting for the most part. Not saying that she never done it, because she had, but forms was her thing. Kata, pumps, hung, on the floor, and she did extraordinarily well in forms. But how that translates to real fighting, it really doesn't. Even though we have certain raw skills, we can become very proficient in one aspect of martial arts, but not others. In other words, there are people who do very, very well in forms competition in the martial arts sports arena, and they're not very good in fighting. And I've seen the reverse. I've seen people who could do good in kumite or fighting in martial arts tournaments and not really good forms competitors. Cynthia was a form competitor for the most part. Now, again, the fact that she was a beautiful woman, drawn into the movies, if you will, I think that was one of the things that helped her career, was the fact that she was a female, nice looking female, and she had martial arts talent during that particular era in which she came into the martial arts film. So she just rolled that wave after that. But I don't believe that Cynthia was the greatest female martial artist that I've ever seen. I believe that Cynthia was mainly, as I said, a forms competitor that was very, very good at what she did. Now, as it relates to fighting, I don't believe she was that well in fighting. I think once she got into the movies, that was her T. Not her T, but her ticket, is what I'm trying to say. So, was she a fighter or a great fighter in the martial arts? Why are we even trying to analyze her fighting ability? I really don't know. I've never seen her in a real fight, but based on my experience and my wisdom and observation through my eyes, seeing her in her film and seeing her in martial arts tournaments, uh, I think that she was just a very good competitor. I know she has approximately 7 black belts. That doesn't necessarily mean anything because you have a black belt. Sometimes it's honorary black belts because you have achieved a certain level of time and service in the martial arts. It's not always based on your skill per se. Could be your popularity or even your celebrity that causes these people to induct you into Hall of Fames and to also promote you to certain ranks because you are a commodity, so to speak. And I believe that she was one of those individuals. Love her to death. She's a good martial arts practitioner, and I'm sure she's a good or great martial artist. But I can't say if she's a great fighter because I have nothing to gauge that by. So that was my take on Cynthia Rothrock. I hope she's doing well. At 62, she still looks good. At 62. This is Brother Teacher. What's your take? I'm out.